Hey everyone, welcome to English with Hassane 1 and 2. If you're looking to master English, you're in the right place. Whether you're starting from scratch or aiming to improve your skills, I'm here to make your journey fun, easy, and super effective.
English tenses. As I said in the previous lessons, the present simple is the first tense we are going to deal with in this English course level 1A1. The most important words of this English tense in this lesson are going to be doesn't and does. Uses of present simple. In every 3 lessons, we'll repeat this. We use the present simple when we speak in general. We use the present simple for habits or repeated action. We use present simple for permanent situations. And we also use present simple with adverb of frequency like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. Let's see the positive form of verb want in present simple. We have subject plus verb plus s. The subject in this lesson is he and she. So he wants, she wants. Let's see some examples. Or the rule of this example. He wants. Linda wants. She wants. John wants. The dog wants. It wants. So we notice that with he or she or it, the verb must have an S at the end. With Linda, with John, the verb have S at the end. Let's continue. Let's go to the negative form. The rule of the negative form is subject plus doesn't plus verb. He doesn't want. She doesn't want. It doesn't want. So want with doesn't take S, even if it is with he, she, and it. If you say to me, he doesn't want, it's not correct. So with doesn't, the verb is in the infinitive. It doesn't take S. Let's see some examples of the rule. He doesn't want. George doesn't want. She doesn't want. Nina doesn't want. The cat doesn't want. It doesn't want. We notice that the verb with he, George, she, Nina, and the cat, it doesn't have an S. Why? Because it is with doesn't. So in the negative verb, in the negative form, the verb remain in the infinitive without S. Let's go to the question. The rule of the question, we start with does plus subject plus verb. Does he want? Does she want? Does it want? The verb without S, even if it is with he, she, it. Why? Because we have does. In the negative form and in the question form, the verb is without S. Let's see some examples of the rule. Does he want? Does Rico want? Does she want? Does Reem want? Does Mary want? So we notice in the question, the verb with he, Rico, she, Reem, Mary doesn't take S. Why? Because it's in the question form. I repeat, in the negative and question form, the verb with he, she, it doesn't take an S. It's in the infinitive. Let's continue. Pay attention to the examples. Now we are going to see real examples. Positive. He wants to visit you. Hassane wants to see you. Online, of course. She wants to travel alone. Lydia wants to buy a new car. We notice in the 4 examples, the verb want with he, with Hassane, with she, with Lydia, so it takes an S at the end. Repeat after me these examples. He wants to visit you. Hassane wants to see you. She wants to travel alone. Lydia wants to buy a new car. Let's go to the more examples. Let's see more examples. Darwin wants to eat a cake. He wants to read a poem. Carla wants to help you. She wants to take care of you. We notice with Darwin, he, Carla, she, the verb takes an S at the end. Let's repeat after me a little bit faster these 4 examples. Darwin wants to eat a cake. He wants to read a poem. Carla wants to help you. She wants to take care of you. Let's go to the negative form. Chris doesn't want to talk to you in English. He doesn't want to call his brother. Mary doesn't want to stay at home tonight. She doesn't want to cook for her family. We notice with Chris, he, Mary, she, the verb doesn't take an S because it's with doesn't. So in the negative form, the verb doesn't take S, even if it is with Chris, he, Mary, she, it. Let's repeat after me these examples, but a little bit faster. Chris doesn't want to talk to you in English. He doesn't want to call his brother. Mary doesn't want to stay at home tonight. She doesn't want to cook for her family. I repeat the last example. She doesn't want to cook for her family. Let's see more examples. Andrew doesn't want to sell his old car. He doesn't want to travel to China. Feiruz doesn't want to smile. She doesn't want to come to our wedding. We notice with Andrew, he, Feiruz, she, the verb is without S because it's with doesn't. Let's repeat after me, but a little bit faster. Andrew doesn't want to sell his old car. He doesn't want to travel to China. Feiruz doesn't want to smile. She doesn't want to come to our wedding. Let's see the question form. Does Steve want to teach you English? Does he want to bring you some books? Does Amy want to go to university? Does she want to learn German? We notice with Steve, with he, with Amy, with she, the verb doesn't take S because it is in the question form. In the question form, the verb doesn't take S. It remains in the infinitive. Let's repeat after me. Does Steve want to teach you English? Does he want to bring you some books? Does Amy want to go to university? Does she want to learn German? Let's see more examples. Does Andrew want to move house? Does he want to help us with the homework? Does Sandra want to study physics at college? Does she want to buy her parents a gift? Let's repeat after me. Does Andrew want to move house? Does he want to help us with the homework? Does Sandra want to study physics at college? Does she want to buy her parents a gift?